Welcome again. This is Brother G coming to you again with another video message, another video teaching. Birdman doctrine. Who and what are angels? We have inherited these beliefs. Some of them, I understand that they're to be good. But it seems to me like the fairy tales are hitting us incredibly hard for years or even decades or even centuries. Again, the fairy tales are hitting us hard. Angels. What are angels? What they meant when the Bible, in its collective sense, was translated from either Greek, either Latin, or Hebrew, or any one of those sophisticated old world language. What did they meant when they refer to angels, or it was translated from a different word? They call it Greek Angelus or something like that. What did they meant? What did they have in their mind and heart when they thought of an angel, a birdman, like in the comics, like in the DC comics? I think it's the DC comics. What did they imagine? Where did they get this thought from? This idea, this conception of a birdman, angels, men with wings. Was it their imagination? And in my understanding of imagination is that they experience something. They, as the comedians would say, you drink sour milk and woke up, or you drink sour milk, went to bed, slept, had a dream of something that you experienced while you were awake and living. And when you dreamt it, you thought that an angel came to you in the night. So you believe then that men are in the spirit world, men are like birds. All right. In better words, Solomon put it like this. They said that Solomon wrote this like this. The preacher, the king of Israel at that time. This is what they gave us. This is how he put it. He put it more eloquent than, Brother G put it. Let's read it. Ecclesiastes 5 verse 3. Hear what he wrote years before me, because I came and see the Bible. And my father came and see the Bible, and a lot of people came and see the Bible. This is what he wrote, or what he understand at that time. How many years ago? I don't know. For a dream. Let's read. For a dream comes through the multiplicity of business. Zizes. And a fool's voice is known by the multitude of words. Didn't these birdman doctrine PhD philosophers, teachers, preachers, scientists, archaeologists, didn't they read this very short verse of Solomon? Of course, read the whole thing and you get more from their understanding. Then he said, for a dream, okay, a dream in our understanding is when you go to your bed and while you are sleeping, as the philosophers or the psychologists would want to say, is when you're in a state of unconsciousness. To some degree, that might be true. Okay. Then a dream comes, thoughts comes, idea comes, and they call this, I don't know if they call this in psychological. You could tell that I did a little bit. If this is the REM part of your sleep, is not the deep part. I don't know which direction is that, but in that unconscious state when you're sleeping, dream comes. But where does the dream comes? The dream comes, as Solomon put it, through the multitudinous of businesses. The multitudinous of businesses, that's where your dream comes. This is what is written. This is what I experience also. You get a lot of dreams from the multitudinous. Sometimes it's not multitudinous, but it comes nevertheless. So dreams basically comes through your everyday multitudinous interaction with the world. Can it be trusted? Can it be trusted? Not to a great degree it can be trusted, because within your dream, think about it. If the psychological people say, or the learned people say you're in a state of unconsciousness, who would want to draw reference from a state of unconsciousness? Think about that. Who would want in their waking state, while they are awake, would draw ideas and inferences from an unconscious state? Well, many people do. Okay, and here go confusion, because we're going to read another verse and we're going to show you what they think are angels, are birdmen, men with wings, and these are just imaginations. But the real things is real, not imaginary things. Let's read another verse. Isaiah 40, verse 31. But they say in English language, conjunction. So it behooves us that who's reading this text must go back and look why he put the but, because but is like a crossroads. Like this is the direction. This is the direction you must walk. In other words, the but is like a crossroads, a junction. That's what they say in English language, right? So it's a crossroad. All that has been said before this, he's saying, this is the path that you must take. So it says, but, so we got to read, who is he talking about? That wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. But of course, those with incredible imagination read that Isaiah says they shall mount up with wings as eagles. And as you see with the DC comic with Hawkman, you see that he has wings. So they are mounting up, and it's like, it's usually likened onto eagles' wing. You know, those eagles have big, great wings. So they get this from this. I think their imagination, they get this birdman idea of man being bird, aka angels. But if you look at what the writer here is plainly saying, and I'm a Johnny come lately, he's saying these people, they shall mount up if they wait upon the Lord. Now we're going to have to break down who the wait upon the Lord, because in the New Testament it says, God is a spirit, and they that worship God in spirit, worship him in spirit and in truth. So he's going to speak to them in spirit. Okay. So here, when the writer's saying, these people who wait upon the Lord, they shall mount up with wings as eagles. Even though they mount up as with wings as eagles, which is a reference to eagles, that they will be flying, but not literally flying. We could deduce that they are flying in the spirit. Okay. But while they are flying, the writer said that they shall run and not be weary. So how are they flying and running at the same time? I think they have a terminology for this in English, some doubles meaning or the emphasis added or whatever that may mean. And they shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. The whole idea here, as a Johnny come lately, is not that they are birdmen. They have eagle's wings. And I'm taking it a little bit out of context to put it for the small man, the man who don't have anything, the man who is not wealthy, the man who is not rich, the man who is not influential, the man who don't have many of this or whatever, no influence to draw people. So I'm drawing it a little bit out of that context and putting it for just the small man. What it's basically saying here is, if you wait upon the understanding, the knowledge, and the wisdom of God, he shall renew your strength to live a better life than what you previously was living. Let me say that again. Basically, what he's saying, if you wait upon the Lord and he's going to renew your strength, he's basically is going to make you live better than how you used to live. In whatever context that is. He's just going to make you live because of through your understanding, your knowledge. Your understanding, your knowledge, and your wisdom, or you use both. Both. That's basically what this is saying. So you're going to be just living a better understanding of life. This is what the New Testament called a crown of life. If we never know. It's not talking about birdmen with wings as eagles. He's not talking about you literally running through life, running physically, which they inherit. We inherit this. We still preach this. Much great preachers still preaching this, running, and people really believe these things, and you feel an ecstasy. You feel high. That's what it is of damn crack cocaine, yeah, in the spirit. It's really crack cocaine in the spirit, where people believe in these fantastical, eccentrical thoughts and ideas. But there's no birdman. This is just basically telling you that the Spirit of the Lord will reveal something to you. Say, come up a little bit higher in your lifestyle. That's basically what it means. And in that context of coming up a little bit higher in your lifestyle, it is like unto you like flying with eagle's wing. It is like unto you that you're running and you're not tired. And it's like unto you, you will be walking and you won't be faint. That's basically, it's a lifestyle. That's basically what it's saying. Basically, there's no birdman.